Hi guys, welcome to another episode of my videos. In this video I want to talk about mixins in Dart, and I try to explain mixins and how mixins be useful for us in development work. I want to bring Mixin in a live project, not a dummy project. I try to load API and I try to present you something that's very like in all of our projects, and I'm sorry, and check how we can use that and what happened. Okay. We're going to code. Okay, for example, I decide to call this API. This is a free API, and this is a GET request that get to us list of posts that have title and body, and it's enough for us. Okay, I bring it here, and we have a very little project. In main, I decide to set initial. Oh my god. Okay, we are in theme home. I set get list page for home, and get list page is a stateless widget that have nothing, and I have an API helper. I put HTTP package and get package. I used get package for utilities and some dependency injection, and use RxStart and stream builder for state management, and I want to show you what happened, and HTTP package for request. Okay, I have, for example, get list. That get list is a get request in try block. I have a response that http dot get and URI dot parse. We have a URL. Okay, I want to copy and paste this URL to that, and we know get is a future, and I want to wait for that to get the response, and we have a response. Okay, I want to return a string, and if we have a problem, I return a future error, and if everything goes fine, future dot value, that my value is need to be a string. Okay, and where is this a string? Response dot body is my value, but we need to do some, for example, if response dot status code, for example, equal to 404 or something like that, we need to throw exception. But I wanna make it simple. We have a request and move our request return in a future. Okay, it's enough in API helper. I want to create another class that this class is for handling logic. I call block folder, and in block architecture I want to create another file, get list block.dart class get list block extends base block. I have a base block that I create in here. It's not a matter what's happening there, but all of my block classes that need to be implement my logic that most of the time depend a page. For example, in this block is depend the get list block, get list page, and I want to put it in here with getX final block get dot put and get list block. I injected in this class, and all my logic in this page it's need to be in this block. Okay, And I want to create a request, and I want to call the API helper. For example, I have a void class, a void method. For example, I call it get post list, and in API helper, I want to get list, and it's this response is a string var response await, and this is need to be async, and we need to decode this response var JSON or final JSON. It's need to be final, it's better, I think. Final JSON decode response, and we know we have a list. Okay, I wanna for each in objects of JSON. Okay, I wanna go through this list. I have an object. I wanna go to every object in my JSON, and it's okay. What I need a list of posts. Okay, I have another folder that I want to call in my data model, for example, model. And in this model, I have a file, for example, post.dart. It's very simple, class posts and final int user ID, final int ID, final string title, and final string body. Okay, and I want to create a constructor, and I want to from factory class that from JSON factory posts from JSON. I don't want to explain this because our focus in this video is Mixin, and this is a return post JSON user underline ID, JSON ID, and JSON title, JSON body. Okay, it's very good and it's done. I want to create a list in my block where list of posts, that list, and it's empty. It's very good and enough. I want to set it final, and in each request I want to list that clear, and we need to put whole things in try catch, but it doesn't matter for now. And I want to list.add post.from JSON object. I want to test that, and in here I need to delete this, and I want to create scaffold body and simple app bar. It doesn't matter. And in body I want to create a list view dot builder, and my builder is going to return, for example, a card. But before anything, I want to create string builder to a boolean. And what is my string? Block dot on update, and we need on update. Okay, I want to create it very fast. Where publish, where on updates, where on update publish subject of boolean, and get on update I doesn't remember what's the get on updates, that's return on update dot string. It doesn't matter. I need to make it final. Okay, when my work is done, I wanna call stream sync dot add true. In another video, I've talked about arg start. In this video, it doesn't matter, but you know, when I use this line, I am calling my state management to rebuild these stream builder, to rebuild the list and change my list. In card, I have a child. I want to put once text, and this text have a block dot list index dot title. It's very enough for me, and I want to check what happened. Okay, we have nothing because I have an error, because I need to set item count to block.list.length. I want to create again and see what happened. Nothing. Because we don't call my get post list. I have because a whole block base is extends a getX controller. I have it on init, and I can call get post in here and call it again. We have an error, and I want to see what's happened. User ID. Oh, my user ID is not. Don't have. Okay, please wait. I'm sorry. I want to rebuild this. Okay, we have a list of all the title of this API, and it's very good for me now. But if you see, we have a white screen and we don't have any loading. I wanna add loading to my request. What can I do? I wanna create a public loading for my app, and I want to do a copy paste. Okay, I copied this. This is a very general stateful class that I create in before projects. It doesn't matter. It's just show a circular progress indicator as a dialog with getX dialog that I want to bring it here. Okay, I want to add it in here and add this boolean, and I want to put it in here, and with get.dialog I can add it this and open the loading, and I can show loading in here, and after everything goes fine, hide dialog and check what happened. We have an error. Why? I think I know, and I think if I go and change it to a stateful widget and on init on init state, I'm sorry, and do it in here, widget binding instance add post callback, and do it here, I think my problem is solved. Because I think, but oh my god, why everything goes? I wanna remark this and see what happened. Okay. Okay, because in my main I have not get material app. Okay, you can see a dialog in here, and if you can you imagine, I have another page that have own block, and I don't wanna copy paste show loading and hide loading and put this variable. It's a duplicate code, and we don't want to do repeat yourself. We wanna code dry. And how we can do? For example, I can put is loading, show loading, and hide loading in a block base, and we can prevent duplicate code. But can you imagine if I want to show dialog or hide dialog I want to use them in another page or another class that doesn't extend base block. I need to copy and paste again. What can I do? Do you know? For example, I have another class it doesn't relate to base block, but it's need show loading and hide loading. And if I move these method in my block base, only class that inherit from base block can access to this. Okay? I have another option that we called Mixin. And what is that? I can create Mixin, and I can call it loading manager. It doesn't matter. And I can copy this in here and move this loading in here. It's very look like the class. And everywhere I need a loading manager, I can bring it with loading manager, and I have these. Actually, Mixins are made for prevent duplicate code, and you can attach some part of code to a class. And because in Dart we don't have multi inheritance, we can use Mixin instead. For example, I can't extend a get list block from block base or base block and loading manager. We don't have multiple inheritance, but we can use Mixin, and with keyword we can attach our code to another class, and we have a loading manager, and everywhere that we need we can add it to another class or another blocks. And I want to check that, and it's work. It doesn't any different. And if you want to add a limit to your Mixin, you can use on and a class, for example, base block. And what's happened? When you use on block base, and in that I have access to method of on base block. For example, I have a test method on that, and you can see a test method. Test method is in block base. And what's that mean? That means loading manager Mixin is only work in classes that extends base block. For example, if I remove these, it doesn't work. But when I remove that, it's work. It limits our Mixins and say you can only use in classes that inherit from base block. And when you use that, you can, for example, do or access to method and public variable on base block. It's one of, or for example, if I have something like that. For example, I can change it and set network manager. I want to change something, but it's only an idea. And I have something, and I can do a request. I can create a request method and show loading, hide loading, and I can create feature function async work async. I don't recommend, but I think it's work, and I can await async work dot call and check what's happened. Okay, and for that I can change this, and I can say, for example, I have a request, and this says my request is in here. I can remove these, and I have async, and I want to check what happened. Okay, I don't know it's good or not, but I have this little method for prevent every time you show loading or high loading everything. And I can, for example, call try catch E and do it in here. And for example, you can manage your exceptions in here, and after that hide loading. And you don't need to add try catch in every request or hide loading or show loading. I need to paste it again. Okay, it's work. It's an idea, but Mixin's idea, I tried to explain you Mixin idea in this video, and I hope you understand what am I talking about. If you have any suggestion or everything you wanna say to me, please comment below, and thank you for watching.